Hello, my name is Tim Shaw, the Government Affairs Director here with your local Realtor Association. We have an important message and a plea for your help. We all know about Prop 13. Of course, it was passed by the voters of California back in 1978 that really changed the way property tax is done here in California and protected homeowners from skyrocketing property taxes. So because of Prop 13, whenever you purchase your home, going forward, the property tax is basically locked into place based on that original purchase price. And it can only go up 2% a year in assessed value. So Prop 13, as we all know in our industry, is really important to protecting homeowners in that way. Now, along the way, we had some changes to that called Prop 60 and Prop 90. So what we now have is a situation where if you sell your home and go buy a new home, you can transfer that Prop 13 tax basis to your new home with a few conditions. One is that you're 55 years or older. Another condition is the new home you buy has to be of equal or lesser value than the home you sold. And a third caveat is they'll only let you do it one time in your life. Another important thing to remember is if you're going to sell and move to a new county, the new county has to opt in to allow you to transfer over that tax basis. There's 58 counties in California right now. Only, I think it's about 11 counties allow that Prop 13 basis to be transferred in. So that's kind of the existing law as we have it. What we're trying to have changed, and we're going to try to get this on the ballot for the voters to vote on in November of 2018. We are going to still say you have to be 55 years or older to do this, but if our measure was to pass, they'd let you sell your old home and buy a new home. You could buy a less expensive or a more expensive home, so you could buy up. Also, our ballot initiative would let you do this any number of times in your life. It's not capped to just one time in your life. You could transfer the tax basis as many times as you'd like. And also, of course, it would apply throughout the state of California. All 58 counties automatically are participating. So this would be a real game changer, we think, in the real estate market here in California. One of the unintended consequences possibly of Prop 13 is when people now have owned their home for a long time, they're not wanting to ever sell it because they've got their Prop 13 property tax basis set in place. Whereas if this measure were to pass, it's more likely people who've owned their home a long time might think about reselling and buying the new home because they know for a fact they'd be able to transfer their tax basis with them. So what would happen pretty quickly probably is people who maybe are empty nesters and they've got a really big house they raised their kids in, but now their kids are grown and out of the house, they might be willing to downsize to that smaller home, allowing the younger family that's got all their kids at home to have a home to move into. So very quickly we could probably right size a lot of the housing needs for people of California. And if we all know we have a real big housing crisis, so this could really go a long way to changing that dynamic. Now, in order to get a measure qualified for the voters to vote on, we need to gather signatures. We need lots of signatures. Our goal is to collect about 1 million signatures, knowing that a certain number of them will probably be considered invalid. What we're asking everyone to do is to sign this petition. So I've got a copy of it right here. You got to make sure you follow the rules very closely, though, to make sure they're not ever invalidated. On the front page, you'll see a blank line that says what county you're collecting in. So whatever county you happen to be a registered voter in is the county you've got to write in here, and on the back page there's another blank line for the county. So those counties have to match. They let you have space for up to 5 signatures. You have to print your name and sign your name and supply the address for the registered voter's home address, and you can sign yourself and get 4 others to sign, and then this would be full. Now, one caveat is everyone who signs on these lines has to reside in the same county. You can't have one person who lives in one county sign and a different county person sign somewhere else. They've got to be matching counties. Another thing at the bottom here, there's the circulator information. So whoever is distributing this, handing it around, needs to sign their name and their address and date it as the circulator. So if you follow the instructions, you can get 5 per packet. Another big important thing is you've got to keep the packet intact. Don't think that you can rip off this signature page and mail it in. That will invalidate it. The packet must remain intact and have it signed and dated properly. You can bring the signed petitions to the local association's office where we will be collecting them, or there's also the address at the bottom here if you want to just go ahead and mail it in to our California Association of Realtors office up in Sacramento. You'll see the address down below. So if we can go out and do a great job as realtors gathering signatures from not only ourselves but maybe other realtors in our office, or any registered voter in the state of California can sign it actually, we can get this measure qualified for the November 2018 ballot. And of course we're going to run a big campaign asking voters across the state to vote yes on it. And if we get that done, we can do great things for not only our industry but for home ownership and just the residents of California everywhere as they work to own their own home and have that property tax protection going forward. So we ask you for your help and do appreciate all your efforts in helping us get this qualified.